They call me Dan, the Lakers fan. And I got a master plan for the Lakers back to the promised land. Spread the vision through my people, cause we fans are equal. When we reach 20K subs, yeah, we gon' drop a sequel. Another Laker anthem track, watch me run it back. Got the keys to the city where my Laker jack.
What up, Laker family? It's your boy DTLF back with another video, man. Summer League, Las Vegas, game 2. This time versus the Charlotte Hornets. Should be a good one. They got some athletes over there. Of course, the Lakers coming off of an impressive win led by one Maximus Prime, aka Max Christie, Mad Max. Absolutely love the way they've been playing. They've been getting better game by game. And what are we looking forward to tonight, folks? Well, the continued development, obviously, of one Max Christie. I'm also looking forward to seeing how Jalen Hood-Schifino continues to progress. The last game, he had 0 turnovers, not a single one, right? So that's always a great sign. He's showing good signs of a floor general, high basketball IQ, and good defense. But how y'all doing today, man? Hopefully everybody's doing exceptional this morning. God bless you guys. Hey, this has been a fun summer league so far, man. There's been a lot of highlights. It's been a lot of interesting things going on. Wembayama plays again tonight later on, so that'll be interesting as well. My guy said, can't wait to see more of these young guys. Lil Mamba, J Hood. Oh, man, it's exciting, brother. It is an exciting time. And then what's crazy is that I don't know if y'all been paying attention to free agency, but there's still some bigs left on the market. You know, headlined by one Christian Wood. So we still don't know what's going on there. And so there could still be a big shoe dropping at any time. So keep your eyes on that. As well as, obviously, you know, the Lakers, they announced the midseason tournament last night, and it looks like we're in a group with the Suns, Blazers, Grizzlies, and Jazz. So that should be semi-fun if you guys are really into basketball like that. It's an exciting time. Basketball is a year-round sport, meaning we really don't have, maybe other than August, where we really don't talk much about basketball, but then September rolls around, and here comes training camp, in October, preseason, and then all the fun starts all over again, all the way leading all the way up to July, even up to now. So that's why it's my favorite sport, man, because it's really the only sport that takes a hold of you and doesn't let go, right? There's really no breaks in basketball. And even in August, we're going to be talking sports, so we'll be talking basketball. So that should be fun. So he said, what up, Dan? Finally a good time for me, 22 hours p.m. out here. Oh, really? So where are you at in the world? I'm curious. Sumo? My guy said, I still want to see Maxwell Lewis to ball out. Well, for me, with him, he's been playing a lot off ball, right? Like kind of like a Troy Brown Jr. role where he's off ball, he catches and shoots, and catches and drives and stuff like that. So you know, that's kind of the where they're playing him right now. But I know he's capable of so much more. His jump shot looks fluid. The only concern is that he kind of shoots it from his chest. So that means that you know, if he doesn't get it off in time, he could get blocked. It's not a high release, right? It's not a high release. It's like a almost like a Sean Marion-esque as far as range goes. But I like the kid. Look, his athleticism, very explosive. You know, shades of Jaylen Brown there with the body type and the athleticism, good size as well. Been averaging like over a block a game, which is impressive for the limited minutes he's been doing it in. And he shows good defensive instincts as well. The offense, once he, you know, once Phil Handy works with him a little bit, I think he's gonna be so much better. But he already shows good potential to put the ball on the floor. I've seen some nice plays where he's playmaking for teammates. I've seen him create off the dribble, catch and shoot, stuff like that. So yeah, and even in the small sample size, he has been pretty impressive for me personally. Hey, my guy said, estoy en Francia, Dan. My man is in France. I see you, bro. I see you. Shout out to France, man. Shout out to France. So, are you? Let me ask you this, Sumo. Are you a big Wembayama fan, or is that just? Are you just strictly Lakers? I'm curious because you know he is French. He is French. But yeah, who do you guys think should start today for the Lakers in summer league? I think it should be obviously Colin Castleton. I think it should be that Kalia Jones kid at the center with Colin Castleton at the 4. We should go big, right? Maxwell Lewis at the 3. At the 2, obviously, I want to see your boy Max Christie. And at the 1, I want to see Jalen Hood Schifino. Although that Demoy Hodge kid is really nice. He could also start at the 2. and you can put Max Christie at the three. That will work out as well, especially because Max has good size and solid defensive attributes. But who do you guys want to see start? And also, who do you guys think will shine the most today? Like I said, it's a good test. Charlotte Hornets got nice young pieces. Obviously, they got lottery picks from last year. Kai Jones, explosive athlete who just posterized Wemby. So, it's an exciting time, man. Summer League is here, and this is already shaping up to look like a really good draft class. I've been watching that kid from Utah. I forgot his name already, but this dude has been balling out. He had like a 30 piece yesterday. Um, I got to see a couple players. What's the one from Orlando Magic? I already forgot his name. He's like 6'7" as a point guard. He's out here with his good handles, attacking. Man, impressive young talent. What happened to Christian Wood? He's still a free agent. We don't know. We haven't heard anything yet. My guy said, I think it's interesting. It's a win tournament. Are we talking about Summer League or are we talking about the midseason tournament? I'm not sure which one you're talking about, bro. Jameson's funny right now. He said, I'm eating what? He said, oh, okay. So he's Portuguese. He said, he speaks a little bit. He said, but yeah, I like Wemby. I hope he does well, but I'm a Laker fan. That's right, my guy. That's what I like to hear. It's cool to like other players, except when they play the Lakers. That's when all that liking player shit stays at the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a big Trae Young fan. I like Luka. I like Kyrie, but when we face their teams, I did really dislike them for that day. It's just in my blood, man. Purple and gold. I'm right there with you, man. Yeah, Hornets got Brandon Miller, number 2 overall pick. You know what I'm saying? They also got last year's player. What was his name? He's kind of looking not that good, but you just never know. Some are late bloomers. And they got Kai Jones out there. I mean, they got some athletes, man. It's gonna be fun to watch how we match up versus these better teams, these lottery level talented teams. Ozzy said, "What do you think of Chet Holmgren?" I like him. I like the brother, man. I liked him since last year. Very athletic. He has a nose for the ball as far as defense goes. He's blocking shots left and right. I just want him to stay healthy, man. These lanky guys just got to stay on the floor. But as an NBA fan, I like the kid. Man, the Thunder have the brightest of futures. My goodness. They are just looking all kinds of bright. And, I already heard people saying Chet is going to be better than Wemby. Too early to tell, to be determined. But obviously in Summer League, he has looked better in a small sample size. But again, I haven't given up on Wemby yet. I think he's still going to be really good, maybe even a transcendent talent, but I just don't want to put the expectations on him. But as far as Chet goes, man, he's got a nice jump shot. He's got good defensive instincts, soft touch around the basket. They got themselves a ball player for sure. And he's going to be there for years to come, as long as he stays healthy. And the good news is that he mentioned in his interviews that he doesn't even remember the injury. He erased it from his memory, so he's going to play as confident as he was before he got hurt. So that's the good news. But yeah, that Thunder team has a treasure trove of draft picks with a lot of young talent led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet, man. Listen, that Pavelski kid is really nice as well. And let's not forget about Josh Giddey. They just resigned. Didn't they just resign their 3-and-D guy? What was his name? Lou Dort. Yeah, I think they just re-signed him. Was it last year? So they got a nice core, and they're only going to build on it through the draft as they continue to acquire talent. Man, they really. I mean, Sam Presti's great. He has an eye for talent, and he drafted the players at the right time when they were exiting their prime, or they no longer wanted to be there. The only one he missed on was Kevin Durant, but that's because Kevin Durant's a snake and didn't give anybody a sense of if he was going to re-sign or not. So I understand it, but yeah, he should have traded KD a year before, since he wasn't going to re-sign. But it's all good. I was all on KD right there. This is a great question right here by Prince. I love basketball questions that really make me think, fam. I love it. He said, Dan, how many minutes per game is Christie likely to get this season? Now, we have a very stacked roster, which is a good thing, right? He's probably going to play shooting guard, a little bit of combo point guard maybe, and a little bit of small forward. So those are the 3 positions he can get. And if you look at those positions, you got D'Lo, you got the new guy, Gabe Vincent. At the shooting guard, you have obviously Austin Reeves, Sawston. You got potentially Cam Reddish there. And at the small forward, you got LeBron. Who else do we get? Torian Prince there. So he's going to have to slot in somewhere in between. I can see him being the primary backup to Austin Reeves if he beats Cam Reddish to those minutes. So it could be anywhere between 20 to 25 minutes, maybe even 30 if he really balls out like he's doing right now. And eventually, sky's the limit. Who knows? He could break through the ceiling. Then we might be having a conversation about trading D'Lo at some point in the future. But yeah, if this kid continues to skyrocket, it's only inevitable that eventually, and I want to put the kind of pressure, but he might start in the future, right? But for now, I can see him getting anywhere between 20 to 25 minutes just to start. And then if he continues to earn his keep right defensively and offensively, then he might break through the roof, man. He might just take off. He said, "Okay, so he got a million first round picks." Do you think Rob? There's another good question. Do you think Rob should sign our draft picks longer than a 2 year contract? Because once they develop, we have to pay them more once they hit free agency. Um, well, it depends which ones. I'm not sure how the CBA works, man. But I think undrafted free agents you can only do maybe a 2 year, maybe a 2+1. I think. But if there's an option there to sign them for more years and you see the development of these youngsters, sure. However, you lose nothing by just signing them to 2 years because you still have their bird rights, which means you'll get to match anything that comes out there. And I really hope these young kids continue to develop. Look, we've got a steal with the contracts of both Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves, especially considering what other contracts around the league we're bringing in and that the CBA is going to continue to increase. So I thought, listen, Rob has done an exceptional job. I don't critique anything he does at this point. He's earned my full trust. I told you guys this last trade deadline was going to be like really one of those moments where it's going to determine whether he's going to stay long term or go. And he did his thug dizzle, man. Got us to the Western Conference with his trades, and he's continued that this offseason. Apparently, Darvin Ham has had an input into the offseason. So I really hope that these guys we brought in get some major playing time from Darvin, because guys like Jackson Hayes and all of that have had input from Darv. So I'm excited. My guy Christian said Wemby has the potential to be as dominant as Kareem. I don't know who Kareem is, but if you mean Kareem, it's just too early, man, to say that stuff. You don't want to say that about younger players because when if they don't live up to the expectation, you guys are going to be disappointed. Kareem is a generational talent. He still has the most unstoppable shot in the history of basketball, the sky hook. So for you to say that he's going to be as dominant as Kareem, for right now, it's still reaching. He's got a long way to go. Now, do I have faith in that coaching staff and that franchise to really turn him into a heck of a ball player? Hell yeah, I do. I mean, Popovich's track record, he just signed another 5-year deal. He's going to be around working with this kid. So he kind of landed in the perfect place that's almost going to guarantee that at the very least, he's going to be an all-star, right? No, but again, same Kareem type player, Kareem is in the GOAT conversation. So that would be huge if this kid can reach anywhere near that stratosphere. Huge, right? We can't just throw accolades around. To be honest, I haven't seen enough of him to say stuff like that. My guy said, "I hope they sign Bobo." Me too, bro. Trust me, Bobo would be a nice little acquisition. People calling him a project. He's been in the league a couple years, and he had his breakout year last year. So I think he's no longer a project, right? It's almost like Malik Monk when he had his breakout year with the Lakers, and then he went on to the Kings and continued to be effective. That's what I'm expecting from Bobo, right? He went from averaging 2 points before last year to a whole 10 points per game with 6 rebounds and a block. So he's actually an impactful rotation player if he's healthy. I know he's had injury history, but when you're at the back of the, I'm saying, it's like no risk, high reward type stuff because you're at the 13th and 14th and 15th roster slots. You know what I'm saying? Now, if this was early in free agency and this was who we're targeting primarily, then maybe people it'd be okay with them having a problem with it. But yeah, bottom line is this, man. Wherever Bobo goes, I expect him to get some key rotation minutes as a backup primarily, right? All right, we got our starting lineup. So it's Jalen Hood, Shafino, D. Moy, Max Christie at the 3, Cole Swider, and Castleton. Now, let me tell you why I don't like that starting lineup, because Castleton is going to get cooked from these forwards out here in Charlotte, man. He has not shown me he can guard multiple positions. So if they switch him on a screen and roll and he gets a small forward on him, gonna cook him. Or a guard, gonna cook him. Or even a center that's bigger than him and stronger, gonna cook him. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm just like, man, I wish they would have came up with a better starting lineup. But it's all good. We're just here to see the player development at the end of the day, win or lose. It'd be nice if we get a dub. It makes it more exciting. But yeah, win or lose, I just want to see the youngsters continue. Jalen Hood, the Max Christie's of the world, obviously Maxwell Lewis's, uh, the Moy Hodge, and Castleton. Those are the main guys I want to see shine tonight. But what do you guys think of the starting lineup? I want to see. Didn't the Suns sign Bobo? No, it's not official. They're apparently, according to Shams, they are the front runner. But that means nothing until pen meets paper. So anybody can pry him away still. And one of those things, man. One of those things. Appreciate you, Josh. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Early game. So I feel good because I could watch the game, break it down post game, and then get all my chores out of the way, man. It feels good. I don't gotta be rushing today, so I'm pretty relaxed. Uh Dan, should we resign Wenyan Gabriel? I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but I have other priorities. I'm looking at Tristan Thompson because he's got more size on him. He's got more strength down low in the post, be able to guard multiple positions, and brings an equal amount of energy as Wenyan. I also like other free agents, like I already mentioned, Christian Wood, obviously Bobo. You got other, I think, slightly better options. But I do like Wenyan. I'm a fan of his heart, his hustle, his energy. I just don't like where they always play him at the center position. So if he's not back, I'm not gonna be mad because at least we're not gonna go undersized when he comes off the bench. But yeah, look, wherever he goes, I wish him the best. Big Wenyan Gabriel fan, just based off of how humble the kid is and how hard he plays. That's definitely got to be one of the crowd favorites. Do you think Wemby will be like Yao Ming? No. Yao Ming was more of a post player who can space the floor, while Wemby's gonna be more of a face up big who can also post, right? So there's a little bit of a difference. People try to compare him to KD, but I think that's a reach. KD is just supremely skilled, even though I don't like his slithery ways. But yeah, Wembanyama's gonna be like a mixture of like Porzingis and I can say like Brandon Ingram, Porzingis, and I don't know, just a mixture of different players. I see a lot of different skill sets there for sure. Yao Ming was a beast, but he was more of a paint guy. You know what I'm saying? He was somebody you post somebody's gonna hit you with the little jump hooks. And maybe Wemby will develop that later on down the stretch, but I see he likes to face up a lot, like a guard, like a wing player. So, ooh, that's a pretty cool comparison. Ralph Sampson, haven't heard that name in a minute. Trenton, shout out to Trenton. My guy said it's got to be a good center option somewhere overseas or in Serbia. He said that's 7 feet or taller. Well, we got Castleton, man. With shoes on, he's 7 feet or taller. He's got a good wingspan, soft touch. He can protect the rim a little bit. He might be your guy. He might be your backup, but he's got a long way to go, right? So you can dominate summer league and then disappear in training camp and preseason like Jay Huff did last season, right? And then end up not even cracking the roster. So hopefully that doesn't happen to Castleton, but I see special things in this kid. Hey, if y'all haven't seen my episode of Breaking It Down with DTLF on the Colin Castleton, definitely check it out because there was an interesting comparison I made there. So I will leave it at that. But yeah, listen, this has become just such a wonderful place for undrafted free agents to come here and develop their game and prove why they should have been drafted. We saw it with Austin. Now, hopefully, we'll see it with Colin Castleton. It should be fun. Tonight, I look forward to seeing what else he can do. He's been averaging like 5 assists per game. I love his court vision. I love the fact that he can bring up the ball, dribble a little bit. Reminds me a lot. All right, I'm going to say, all right, even if y'all don't watch my episode, reminds me a little bit of a poor man's Pau Gasol. Right, he's got a soft touch. He keeps the ball high. He finishes with either hand. Very soft touch, and he also has upper body like a good core of strength. Right, he's not getting pushed off the block like Wembanyama. Not to throw shades, but I'm just saying, based off the first game, Castleton's actually showing his strength down low. He's scoring over double teams, putting the ball on the floor, getting to the rim, doing a little bit of everything. So I like his potential a lot. And out of all the players, besides Max Christie, clearly Max Christie has stood out, head and shoulders above everybody. Matter of fact, some might argue that Max Christie might be the best player in summer league. He's up there for sure. I'll say that. But Colin Castleton has been the second most impressive on this roster, followed by probably Jalen Hood-Schifino third. In that order, I think. Who do you guys think has been the most impressive for you? Obviously, it's got to be Max Christie. He's playing two-way ball right now, and he's shooting over 50% from beyond the arc. I mean, he's doing everything the coaches have asked him. He's leading this team, and he's doing an effective job of it. Also, what I like about Max Christie is he shows a very high basketball IQ. He's not forcing anything. Everything he has gotten so far in the first 3 games he's played in Summer League, starting from the California Classic, has been within the flow and the rhythm of the offense, right? So, yeah. Does AR-15 have the capability to take another leap this season? All-star, all-NBA potential. Also, what stat line average would you predict for him? I love it, Prince. I love it. My guy Prince coming with the heavy hitters questions. Yeah, he does. That's why I'm so excited for him playing for Team USA. I think that'll get his confidence level up another notch. Steve Kerr spoke really highly of the young guy. He's going to be a tremendous talent for years to come. He showed that his rookie season was no fluke by kicking it up a notch. And he even showed us even more in the postseason, where he was clearly the third best player after LeBron and AD. Now he has guys like Perkins on ESPN calling us a big three. So I love it. He's earned it. We've seen it from his rookie season. We've seen it since Summer League that this kid was a killer. Now we're starting to see another killer in Max Christie. Now, what could Austin Reeves be averaging? Well, from what I'm hearing, they're going to give him more ball handling duty and responsibility. So I could easily see him averaging 18 points with 5 assists per game. If the rumor is true, it could be anywhere between 18 to 21. And yes, he almost made the All-Star game, averaging 12 points last season during the regular season. Now I imagine a 6-point jump will not only get him into the All-Star game, but into the conversation of most improved. So I can definitely see Austin Reeves taking another leap. Now, yeah, that's my stat prediction: 18-5. I think he can get it, especially if he stays healthy. And the rumor is true that they're going to give him more responsibility out here. My guy said Jackson Hayes reminds me of a taller Aaron Gordon. Hopefully, we develop him. You know who Jackson Hayes reminds me of? Jackson Hayes reminds me of DeAndre Jordan. I hate to make a Clipper comparison, but when he was first drafted, he was a high flyer, blocking shots, getting up and down. Maybe a more skilled because he might have a little bit more of a J. But yeah, that's what he reminds me of. If he can be that energy bolt type player, watch out, right? Because AD is no Blake Griffin. He's much better. But if we can get a DeAndre Jordan type of youngster here, getting up and down. But for me, the most important thing about Jackson Hayes is just him to understand that he's going to have to play a lot without the ball in his hands, right, to fit in. If he can do that and be effective, he's going to get some rotation minutes. He might even start eventually. But the kid is only 23. Clearly, he played in New Orleans. They don't have a lot of, as far as passers go. The last time they had a good elite passer was Lonzo Ball. I'm sure Jackson Hayes is excited to play alongside LeBron, DAngelo, even AD can be a good passer. We got plenty of playmakers out here. Austin Reeves. We got about 5 or 6 of these guys who can get him the rock when he cuts, back for a backdoor screen lob. So it should be entertaining, especially if he gets up and down the court. We're the number 1 fast breaking team in the NBA last year. So the young man made a wise decision to come here because he seems very agile. He might be the most agile big man in the NBA. Can you name one quicker than him? Right? I can't think of one off the top. Maybe I'm missing somebody, but he might be up there with the most, So, yeah, I look forward to seeing what he develops into. And also, if he can eventually add a jump shot, that'd be great. We saw Dwight Howard add one late in his career. Didn't really utilize it much. But anything's possible, right? Working with these youngsters, it's possible. Remember, even Rui, now he was already a killer mid-range, but his 3-ball just skyrocketed when he came here and worked out with our coaching and training staff, and especially one Phil Handy, the handyman. I love these questions, man. Y'all came prepared for this basketball knowledge I'm trying to feed, man. I appreciate all the questions, man. You guys are really the best fans in the world. Seriously. Just your high basketball IQ questions tells me everything. I wish Austin could get 20 plus shots per game. He might once LeBron retires. He might be the one that's taking the most shots after that. Still could be AD, but we just don't know what's going to happen with him, how healthy he can be. Dan, is Gabe Vincent starting over D'Angelo Russell? My guess to start off the season is no. However, Coach did mention, right? They recently mentioned that the only 2 guaranteed starter positions are LeBron and AD. I don't believe that. I think Austin Reeves is slotted in there as well. I think those are your 3. The rest, I think they're going to battle for in training camp and preseason for the slot. Now, Gabe, to me, is a better 2-way player, but D'Angelo's a better passer and a better shooter. All right. Now I understand he went through a cold spell, but he's still a better overall percentage shooter season wise. Now there is at some point, if he continues to get cooked, there is a time and place where I can see Gabe Vincent, especially in the postseason, taking over, at some point. And if that happens, I believe that D'Angelo Russell's camp is going to be disgruntled and eventually asked out. So I just want everybody to get along and everybody to be impactful and effective. I don't care who starts and who comes off the bench. What I want is good team chemistry. Now, the good news is that D'Angelo's been known to be one of the better teammates outside of the obviously Nick Young incident, but he was loved in Brooklyn, he was loved in Minnesota, and he's loved here in LA. So I'm not too worried about it, but at time egos could inflate. So we'll see what happens between Gabe Vincent and D'Angelo. But I do think that is one of the most interesting matchups to look at as far as who's going to win that battle for starting guard, lead guard. But I still expect D'Angelo to start maybe the first quarter of the season. And if they struggle with him there, which I don't think they will, because people forget when we traded for him, he was phenomenal. Him, LeBron, AD, and Vando and Austin Reeves in the starting lineup had an insane record. It was like I think our record ended up being like 11-5 or something like that. With those guys starting. So, can you imagine a bigger sample size of that plus training camp and preseason to go with it? I think they can build on it for sure. He said, Dan, keep it real. I am biased, but I am very proud of Jaime Jaquez. I know you had him second round, but he is a first rounder. Proud. Oh, I'm very proud of Jaime Jaquez. And I didn't have him second round. What happened was that I was hoping he slipped to the Lakers in the second round. That's what that was. But remember, it wasn't just me. A lot of drafts projected him to go in the second round. This is why I made that video. But I always wanted him on the Lakers. I do like him. I'm very proud. I'm excited for the young buck. Listen, for me, it's bigger than basketball, right? You're trying to pave the way for future Mexican children to look up to you and to get more into basketball. I know we love boxing, we love MMA, and we love soccer. Mexicans do, but I want Mexicans to get into basketball. Basketball is a huge part of my life and has made it so amazing. Like I still hoop almost every day, and if Jaime Jaquez could pave the way for future kids to say, damn, we got our own. We finally got a star in the NBA, right? Because all we've ever had was role players. Eduardo Najera comes to mind. Obviously, the one we had last year, I forgot his name already. But yeah, look, I would love it, man, if this guy paves the way for the future generations because we have a lot of talented Mexican kids. Listen, there's one that goes to my park. He's in high school. This dude is a bucket. Even I, with my elite defense, cannot guard him. Like even I, with my elite defense, cannot guard him. So I think the future is bright for the Mexican Americans or just Mexicans to maybe end up. Like I said, Jaime Jaquez could be that guy. He could be that guy that paves the way for Mexican kids and for scouts to say, wait a minute, these kids have talent as well and give us more opportunities as well. That'd be nice. But I am keeping it real, man. I've always been a fan of him since UCLA. I scouted him. My video is up right now for the second round prospects. You can see that I was dead on with my scouting. I always am. And I wish he would have fell to the Lakers in the second round. But I'm happy with Maxwell Lewis. I'm happy with who we drafted. I'm not mad at all. And just like you, I wish the kid success, especially when he's not playing us. Vincent said, man, you getting us all excited. Can't wait for the season to start. I'm right there with you, man. I talk to my friends and family every day about the Lakers, man. We're all excited. And I cannot wait to see these kids play and our veterans take the court next season. I mean, we are due for a revenge season and one that ends up with number 18. So I'm just as excited as you are. Trust me, man. It's not no front. I'm not trying to get you excited. It's just rubbing off, I guess. Christian, my guy, what's up, bro? He said, Dan, we might have one of the top 5 most athletic teams. Oh, I'd have to think about that one. But yeah, for sure. Obviously, when your leader is LeBron and he's like 100 years old and he's still jumping out the gym. Plus, we're the number 1 fast breaking team. So I think you have some merit there for sure. Yeah, bro. We for sure gonna be one of the most exciting teams. That's a fact. Okay. And skilled as well. I mean, we have versatility from shooting, from guys like Gabe Vincent, D'Angelo, Austin Reeves, and now Max Christie, potentially Cam Reddish. We got some shooters, some bucket getters, right? Then you got slashers. Obviously, you throw Cam in that same thing. You throw LeBron there. You throw AD. You throw we got some athletes as well. Jackson Hayes, guys who can really attack the rack. We got some rim protectors, obviously led spearheaded by Anthony Davis, Vanderbilt, and Jackson Hayes, and then as well defenders. I mean, where do I start? Gabe Vincent, our newest addition to the defensive line. I'm talking football terms now. And then obviously you got Max Christie, who looks like an elite defender in the making. You got Austin Reeves, who takes charges, moves his feet extremely well, and is a solid defender. Very good. Vanderbilt, who I still believe is the best perimeter up-and-coming defender in the league. You got Anthony Davis, who I believe is the best overall defender in the league. I mean, this, and let's not forget about Taurean Prince, of course. Thank you for reminding me, Wallace. We got a hell of a squad, man. Now it looks great on paper, but now we got to see how it translates and how the coaching staff utilizes all this talent, because coaching matters as well, right? You don't want to go with the wrong rotations and wrong lineups, even though it seems really impossible to get the wrong pieces with all the talent we have. You know, Smitty, I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Hey, we're just getting started, bro. We're very close to 24K. Y'all know the promise. Initially was at 20, but when Kobe passed, I said 24 for Kobe because I want to do a Lakers anthem that's going to include everything. So it's gonna be fire, man. We it's not just me though. We've done this together as a community. So I want to congratulate you guys as well. You guys have been pushing this channel, man, as our safe gate. You know, or this has been our go-to spot for real basketball talking and just having a great time with y'all, man. It's y'all really my family. So thank you, man. And we just getting started, by the way. I seen the projections for my future. And in the next 5 years, we should get to 200K, which will be huge, man. That'll put me in the same category with some of the best of the best, right? Hey, it's my pleasure, brother. Dodgers been balling out, so you know you got to put on for the city. But anyways, guys, it's gonna wrap it up for me. I will see you guys here. I'm not sure if I'll do a halftime yet, but I will be doing a post game for sure, man. Regardless, man, just keep them post noti bells on just in case I pop up, man. And I'll see you guys real soon. Enjoy the game. Go Lakers. Let's see these young core continue to shine. Max Christie, Maximus Prime, aka Jalen Soul Hood, Shafino. Just an exciting time, guys. So I'll see you guys here for post game. All right, peace.